you know, thing that we're going to do with those for you. Okay. All right. I think we are good. All right. So just to welcome everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Kim Keenan. I'm in Westfield, New Jersey. I've been using the oils for 15 years now. Been, living, breathing, everything with the oils and Young Living, products. And it's an amazing company, and it is completely enhanced and I would say enhanced and changed my life for the better. And I have, when you have a good thing going, you always share when there's something that works for you. So I have shared with my family and friends, and that's why all of you are here today. So tonight we have 3 hosts. It's going to be myself, Heather McMahill here, and Tierney. Are you on the call? She hop on yet? Tierney, I see that she's on here, but she's muted.
I'm here, Kim.
There you go. And Tierney. All right, terrific. And we are going, so how it is going to work is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to have some graphics up there as we speak. So we're going to do a little intro. Heather's going to, do we have, Tony, do we have any brand new people on here?
It looks like there's some
that we
newbies.
need to go through. Heather, do you want to still go through the quality and safety usage? We can.
I will absolutely go through that.
Yeah, we can just go through that really quick. So Heather's going to go through a little bit of like quality and safety usage. And then I'm going to begin with a little bit of like how we set the mood for our day with a certain set of oils. Tierney's going to hop in and give us some ideas for midday and early evening. Heather's going to hop back on and give us our evening sleep time. And then we're going to come back together and wrap it up and do our question and answer. Okay? All right. So just to, again, get started, just thank you so much for being here, especially with everything that is going on in our world. It's really important that we come together. Little bit of statistics on this kind of, stress, sleep, and a little bit of like emotional up and down that we are all probably experiencing. In general, 40% of Americans get less than the recommended amount of sleep. That's no surprise. I'm sure now, given our current circumstances, that number is probably way increased. 8 out of 10 Americans say that they have frequently or sometimes they're stressed in their lives. I would say right now, there's probably a lot more, again, increased in that area. Only 4% of people actually say that they've never felt stress or they're not stressed in their lives. Good to be them, would be nice. So while we can't claim to know all their secrets, we do have some tips and tricks that we're gonna share with you tonight to help you stay more calm, to stay relaxed and grounded during your day. And in turn, hopefully that will trickle down to better sleep, and give you better sleep habits and patterns to help you feel relaxed and a little bit more happy throughout your days. Okay, Heather, you want to take it away with our disclaimer? And
absolutely. And then while I'm doing that, you're going to bring up the screen so we can see your screen. Okay, cool. So tonight, we are here tonight just to give you our perspectives. None of us are doctors. We are basically just moms who have we are empowering ourselves, and we love to empower our friends and family and loved ones on doing what we believe are excellent things. So we are not here to diagnose, treat, or cure any illness or disease. And all of the information tonight is going to be informational purposes only. And we encourage you to always do your own research. And if you have any questions, also always reach out to your health professional of choice. So with that being said, let's go ahead and kick off with Young Living's quality and the products that you are using in your own home. So quality is very important when you are talking about your own health, and when you're working with essential oils. It's vital that we know what is in our products that we're using on a daily basis. Young Living, do an awesome job. The company does an amazing job to monitor the process of the plants, everything that goes involved. So it's a seed to seal process. So everything from planting the seed into the ground to the label. So they're quality controlling over everything. So In Living's passion is to have this strict guidelines to make sure that we get only the best in our homes for our families. And it's going to make sure we are all getting top-notch products that they're actually going to work. Because Young Living, we own our own farms across the globe, or we have sister partner farms. You know that by that we're getting the best seeds. There's no harmful chemicals in any of our products. The company hand weeds, harvest at peak times, and they do all the distillation on site. And then they minimally test 3 times before sending the products out to us. So these little plant-based beauties, we know that it is only the plant in here and there's no fillers or synthetics. So when we're putting them on, you know that they're gonna do what they're supposed to do. So Kim, can you scroll to the next slide, please?
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Oh.
Okay, so that was the quality right there.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Next.
That's okay.
There we go.
And so as far as safety goes, you just want to make sure that everybody knows in order to support your wellness needs or you create good habits, right? So before we go into some specifics, we want to talk about safety and usage. So when we use these oils, if you're using them for the very first time, you may want to consider patch testing or diluting. So just don't just throw it on your neck. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just gonna be great. If there are certain hotter oils, cinnamon, oregano, things like that, they could be a little cooling or hot. And you never want to put them in your eyes or ears. I guess I always say you're not initiated into the oils department until you get a little something in your eye, which they say always dilute it with a carrier oil, such as my favorite is the V6 enhanced vegetable oil. So it's a mixing oil. So what you do is, should something get in there, you just basically dab it with a little tissue and just you never use water, that will actually spread it. So this is going to slow the absorption, which is why it's called diluting. It seems it doesn't seem like it worked that way, but it does. And you can always follow the instructions on your label. And if you don't have the V6 that you can order in your own store, Young Living store, you can use a fractionated coconut oil, or you can use your olive oil in your kitchen. But please try to use organic, because again, we don't want chemicals on your body or in your body. So 3 ways that we can use our essential oils. And there's labels on the bottle. If there's a solid color label, you can use that topically or aromatically. If it's a white label, this is called our vitality label. And those would be ones that you can take those are considered food supplement. You can take them and ingested, such as lemon vitality. I put in my tea, my water, stuff like that.
Yep.
Anyway, so topically, putting it on your skin, bottom of the feet, great spots for it. Aromatically, you can use it in the diffuser, or you can do a room spray, or just sniff it from the bottle is amazing. And then internally, again, you can use it in the Young Living has an amazing supplement line where the oils are already infused, or you can use it for cooking or in your beverages. So that's just a quick lowdown on the 3 ways to use the essential oils. So I guess without further ado, we're going to keep moving on to Kim, who's going to start us off in her morning routine.
Okay, so we always say the morning sets the mood for the entire day. So seriously, how you start your morning literally has such a major impact on the remainder of your day. It can be a really good indication of how you'll end your day as well. So typically, I think there's a lot of people that wake up with their mind maybe racing, frantically trying to run around, get everything rushing, getting everybody ready, getting out the door, trying to get yourself, everyone else ready. Nerves might be on edge. And literally when your mornings are like that, you're setting yourself up to kind of have a day that's much the same and an evening that's much the same. So it's not surprising that we have some difficulty winding down at the end of the evening or sleeping. And now, given our current circumstances, it's, our new norm that we're at, how people are waking up, maybe even waking up, where thoughts are immediately flooding. Is there anybody you can raise your hand if that's happening to you now? I'm feeling, interrupted sleep patterns, kind of waking up with like this, like literal thoughts coming right away, can't stop it. Maybe your routine is off, so you're not getting up and getting everybody ready because everybody's home. So like your schedules are off and you're kind of in your bed, and maybe you're waking up a little more down or gloomy, not really having a lot of energy to get yourself up and going to either exercise or get your breakfast or do your normal routine. That can also set your, set your tone for your day to kind of be a little bit more in that down, low feeling. And again, that's, not something that we want. So Gary Young actually developed something that he called Have a Great Day Protocol. It's awesome. It uses 4 oils, joy, valor, joy, harmony, and white angelica. It's amazing. These oils are specific to support our emotions, promote feelings of harmony and joy, and guard against negative energies that disturb our thoughts and send our emotions into a tailspin. And it can also be used to combat occasional sadness, which I think right now we all have a little more than occasional sadness. So let's just take a look at what each oil does individually. The first one, as we have up here, is Valor. Promotes feelings of courage and self-esteem, helps to balance the body's energies, and we use each oil in, like, every morning. I use these 4 sets. 4 oils. I've been using them probably for about the last 15 years every day. It's my signature scent, I would say, perfume in my, essential oil perfume that, like, people will say when I walk into a room, they smell me before I walk in, or, or they see me, so it's a great habit. As soon as I get out of the shower, it's what I put on every day.
I'm sorry to ask you, do you use all of them?
Yes.
You
So
use all of them.
Right. So the Valor you put on your wrists, and then you can cup it in your hand and inhale and set your intention for the day. So this is and as you visualize, like, what you want your day to be like. Okay. Valor is very grounding, and it's one of the first ones that I use. So when you put it now, Valor comes in a roll-on and in a regular bottle. I happen to have the roll-on here, so I will put it on my wrists and kind of rub them together and then hold it there as I kind of start my intention for the day. Okay. And thinking about it and inhaling. Okay. See what you want to, you can, however you want to do that. If it's what you want to accomplish for the day, how you want to feel for the day. Okay. Then the next oil I take is Harmony. Harmony helps to create let me just do this here. Harmony helps to create a positive attitude, reduces stress, and repels feelings of discord and chaos. Who doesn't need that right now, right? Apply this oil over your solar plexus. If you don't know where that is, it's the area just below your sternum, but above your belly button, like right in the middle here. Okay. Again, I take a couple of drops. I put it on there. I rub it on and set, as you set your intention. The next oil is Joy. Joy is very calming yet uplifting. It's used to bring joy to the heart and the mind. I like to place a couple of drops over in my hand and then put it over my heart. So you can inhale through your nose and then rub it over your heart. Again, setting your intention for the day. White Angelica is the last one. It creates deeper feelings of security and protection by offsetting the negative energies that work to bring you down and invade your personal space. I have to say this one has truly become one of my favorites out of all 4. This oil will be your shield as you navigate your day, striving to stay stress-free, balanced, and relaxed. So again, place a drop in your hand, rub your palms together, take a deep breath, and then you rub your hands over from, like, the crown of your head all the way down over your shoulders, down your middle, all the way to your toes, as if you're kind of like putting up an imaginary shield around yourself. Okay. So once I do that, I'm like ready to take on my day. Okay. Now we have Tierney is going to take this mid-afternoon slot. One thing I just want to mention about this protocol, you know, the oils have frequencies, and it's really important. We know that like when frequencies are low, that's when dis-ease sets in the body. So you kind of want to start your day at a high note. And when you start using this, using these oils to start your day, you're already now setting yourself up starting at a higher note. It really is amazing. Like even just giving yourself, like doing this for like 5 days in a row or a week, and then like kind of taking note of like how you're feeling, it's amazing how different you really will feel.
Kim,
Yeah.
before Tierney hops in, I just want to add to this because that's an like amazing point. Because when we start to get kind of like low mood and stuff like that, things do kind of shift with health. It seems like there's a correlation, but this is not kind of on the script. But I'm very passionate about these two. Idaho blue spruce and the Northern Lights black spruce. These are two of our conifers that have some of the highest frequencies in all of the oils. Like a frequency is like basically how the vibration of the oil. But basically, these are super high, like 580 megahertz for the Idaho blue spruce, which if you're kind of a science geek like I am, that's like, wow, like it's way higher than rose, which is very like prized. But my husband uses this to kind of help uplift his mood in all this time. And I actually use these two. I just put them on my shoulders, and honestly, it takes me from like, ugh, to like, whoa, it's crazy awesome. So I just wanted to mention these.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Sorry. Okay.
Appreciate that. No, that's great, especially since if some of the men feel that the blend of the Happy Day oils are a little bit floral, those are a nice option for the men. Okay, so Tierney, you ready to take over the mid-afternoon slump?
Sure. So thanks, Kim. I love the Good Day Protocol or the Happy Day Protocol. I use that every day. It's like my favorite. If I just want to say, if anyone wants to put in the chat, like at any point, you know, like anything they do with oils, you know, like I know we have some newbies in here, but we also have some people that have been oiling for a while. So if you have like tips and tricks you want to share with people, feel free to put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm talking about the mid-afternoon slump. So I'm talking about the meat and potatoes of our day, really. And right now, I feel like, especially right now, afternoons and early evenings look and feel very different, probably for most of us than how we normally operate. Like a lot of us tend to be out during the day, and we're not, right? So so many of us might not be used to working from home if we're working from home right now, or navigating, like if we have kids at home, navigating that and managing like getting done what we need to get done, not to mention the higher need for self-care right now. So I think, you know, maybe I'm assuming this, but I feel like a lot of us feel like we have to be really resilient right now and strong for our loved ones. But I also feel like, for me, like the concept that keeps coming up, which I think is really important, is like the idea of filling your own cup, right? And so I always think about, like, you know, Rumi said that yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world, but today I'm wise, so I'm changing myself. And I feel like that's where right now in this particular moment in time, this is where the oils come in. This is where like our self-care practices really, really need to come in, because even though the world is in great need and like we're all being called to slow down and take care, our collective well-being has everything to do with our individual well-being. So if as individuals we are not taking care of ourselves, then how as a species are we going to rise above this thing, right? So I feel like this is the time to learn, if you haven't yet, or if you've like sort of started to adopt a self-care toolkit, this is the time to really learn how to use your stress management protocols with oils and put it into daily practice. So for me, like the afternoons have been different. Like they're definitely been different and a little more stressful. So like when we feel like maybe we're having those stressful moments midday, those anxious moments, you know, the one thing that I feel like I've been doing a lot more is using my stress away roll-on. So before I like hunkered down officially, it was in my car and I felt like I was like grabbing it. Like every time I felt like I was going to go out into the world, like I needed to roll it on, like roll it on my wrists, roll it on the back of my neck, take really, really deep breaths for like 30 seconds and just soak up I mean, it smells like a beach. For those of you that know stress away, like feel free to chime in here, but it's like vanilla and lime and cedarwood, and it literally takes you to a different place. Which I think for a lot of us, is reality's tough right now. So like, imagining that you're on a beach with your stress away oil is like just a really beautiful practice to have.
Margarita to me.
We'll say that, yeah. So I think, what I want to touch on before I get into some of these other oils too is the way that essential oils work with our emotions. So there is a science behind this, and I'm just going to explain a little bit about this. The reason why diffusing and inhaling essential oils is so powerful to affect our emotions is because 4 out of our 5 senses are processed in the cerebral cortex, okay? The only sense we have that is not processed in the cerebral cortex is our sense of smell. So our sense of smell is directly processed through our back brain. So this is significant because when we breathe a pure essential oil, we are directly impacting the part of the brain back here responsible for memory and emotion. So those of you, if you can't see me, I'm tapping the back of my head. This is the part of the brain where it's called the limbic system. It's where we store all the stuff that programs our subconscious like drives. So this is the stuff that actually drives our behavior. So our olfactory system, our sense of smell, is crucial in times of stress because it rewires our fear control. So basically our fear control center is the fight or flight or freeze that happens when we're stressed out. So this is really huge. Like right now, I feel like our subconscious programming is being activated in a big collective way. Survival mechanics in us have really kicked in. And so this is where we can insert essential oils. This is where we can plug into this community and to these products and these oils. And we can choose essential oils that have a relaxing effect on us. And this is like so therapeutic, right? So the constituents in something like lavender, right? It has something called aldehydes. It has this really, really nice sedative effect on the central nervous system. There's a lot of other oils that will do this too. All the oils that you see here, like vetiver, really, really beautifully calming, really, really grounding. One of the oils that's not on here is frankincense. And actually, I think Kim had mentioned to you guys to grab, if you haven't already, your frankincense, your lavender, and your stress away. And if you haven't grabbed those oils, I'm just going to give you guys like a minute, maybe if you need to go run and grab them, because what I'd like to do now is walk you guys through just like a quick 3-minute experiential technique with those 3 oils that can really kind of like work as a presencing tool to reset that back brain that I was talking about when we're feeling really, really anxious and we're in fight, flight, or freeze. So if you need to take a second, grab your oils, everybody come back. So basically what I do is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is called the aroma reset. It comes from a longer technique I'm certified in called aroma freedom. But basically the frankincense, lavender, and stress away are we call them the memory release blend. So when you combine those 3, you can put them in a little dropper bottle yourself and just label it so that you always have it if you want to do this technique. So that's what I've done for convenience. Otherwise, you can just grab each oil. You're going to put a drop of each in your palms. And then we're going to do this aroma reset. So basically, the way this works is it's meant to be done in a moment of stress. So it's most efficient if you like kind of like really have the oils and you're really like adept at like grabbing them in those moments when you need them. So for all of us right now, we might not be like in an acute state of stress, but if you can think about like something that happened earlier today, so something that's like relatively recent, it could be a minor annoyance. It could be like something, a bigger, larger fight that you had with a loved one today, or just the general anxiety you feel and the general stress that you feel from everything going on in the world. So whatever feels kind of like most present for you as like the stress of the day, you're going to think about that. And if it's helpful, you can close your eyes. And if you already have your oils in your hands, you can just be like rubbing your hands like this, okay? Because we're going to smell them in a minute. So just kind of activating the oils. So you're going to think about your stressful situation. And then I want you to just pin down the dominant feeling, the dominant emotion that you feel when you think about that stressful situation. And you want to keep this basic, so you don't really want it to be like involving another person, like something like betrayed by someone else. That wouldn't really be like a predominant emotion. The predominant emotion might be hurt, something like that. So you get the emotion and then tune into where you feel it in your body. So you might start to feel this acutely in a particular place in your body, like a holding in the chest, a tightness in the head or the belly. It could be a general feeling all over the body. And then you'll locate in your mind the negative thought or thought pattern that's associated with that feeling in the body. Again, this could just be the first kind of like loudest thought that comes to you. And then you have all that, you're just going to take your hands, cup them over your face, and take 3 of your deepest, fullest breaths. So send this breath all the way up into the head, breathing down, relaxing, navel to spine. Just do this 3 times. So you're really just letting the aroma, right, work that olfactory system and really kind of just activate and oxygenate that back part of the brain. So what you're doing is you're allowing your amygdala to process that emotion where it might not have been processed properly. So that's it. It's a really simple technique. It literally, like I said, it only takes a couple of minutes, and it's something you can do always, right, if you have your oils with you. And you might notice that you felt a release right away. If you don't feel that, then you might just need to do a little bit more work on whatever that was, that stressful situation. Again, it's not like meant to be a miracle, but it is meant to just kind of reset you back into the present. It also is a great technique for kids. Kids in general kids and adolescents respond phenomenally to essential oils, especially the inhalation of essential oils. Their brains are much more malleable, and they just like, I work with kids and adolescents in my private practice, and they just like, they excel. They heal much more quickly than adults do. It's really incredible. Okay, so moving on. If anyone has questions about that, you can put that in the chat too. Okay, so if you don't have frankincense, if you don't have one of those, you can just use any one of those oils or any of these oils that we have here. These are all emotional support oils, but those 3 specifically that I mentioned, they were created within the technique very specifically because of their properties in the way that they work with the brain. So, okay, so peace and calming. This is another one of my favorite oils. Absolutely need this one every single day. I apply this every late afternoon into early evening. I love the roller form, but I also love to diffuse it in my son's bedroom. My son is 1 and he loves peace and calming. Like, I open the bottle and I just put it by his nose, and he laughs and giggles. He wants to eat it all the time because it smells like, I don't know. It smells like it's like you're being transported somewhere else. It's got like citrus oils in it, and it's got ylang ylang. I think there's patchouli in there. It's just like, it's a beautifully smelling oil. It's kind of like my perfume. I prefer it amongst a lot of other ones. Bergamot is great. I like to diffuse bergamot with, it's my favorite blend right now in the afternoon because bergamot is so uplifting. My favorite way to pair that is with Idaho Grand Fir and frankincense. So those three, I call those like my serenity blend, but it's so uplifting. It's so grounding. It helps with focus. So I love that blend right now. And then vetiver is another really good one. Vetiver is known for it's like supremely grounding. So for anxiety, like for people who right now are like, if you're panicky, if you're like super anxious, if you're like all in your head, right? And you just like jittery and you don't have that sense of like being like safe. Vetiver is a beautiful one for that. It dispels fear. And again, it kind of rewires that fear control center in the brain. So I love to diffuse that one. I like to diffuse that with orange, with lemon, geranium you can even add in there. And then we talked about lavender. Lavender is kind of like, it's adaptogenic. I think I'm saying that right, but it's super relaxing. I mean, most of you know lavender, even if you're not like a seasoned oiler. I mean, most people know lavender is one of those oils that you can pretty much do anything with at any time of the day, and it's going to kind of do for your body what you need it to do. So I love to put that one in Epsom salts in the bath. I like to combine that one in the diffuser with peace and calming. You could pretty much pair it with anything, and it's just a great oil. And then, so you really can't go wrong with any of these because, I mean, we're hardwired to experience, like when I talked about the brain, like our brain like receives these effects when we use these oils. So yeah, you guys can feel free to put in the chat which oils you go to for calm and relaxation during your day. And again, we can learn from each other. And then just moving into the early evening. So we can move into early evening. I'm definitely still working on this, but okay. So early evening is like, I have a 1-year-old, so it's kind of, it's like the witching hour or whatever, but okay. So let's say dinner's done. If you have kids, homework is done. If you have babies, they're bathed. Everyone's, getting ready for bed. Okay. So now it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You're ready to sit on the couch. You're ready to relax. And, particularly right now, right? Like maybe your mind is wandering on, some of the stuff you saw in the news that day, or we're continuing to stress about finances or just just everything that's changing, right? Maybe we're just anxious about what's to come tomorrow or in the coming weeks. That's pretty much all of us right now to some extent, right? So you're pretty much not going to find rest on the other side of those eyelids if that's how you're ending your night. So instead, right, what if we laid down on the couch and we could celebrate everything that we did that day? If we could feel at peace with every situation that we faced, if we could look forward to tomorrow in anticipation of all the blessings, this can be, these are some of the benefits of using our oils. So if we use our oils, right, as Kim had mentioned, from the beginning of the day, throughout the day, we're going to start to see as the day comes to a close that the routine of using these calming oils throughout the day sets us up for a really great night's sleep. So, simple tips like, we've heard this. And again, I'm definitely still working on this, especially right now. I feel like it's super hard to disconnect from my phone, but like turn off your phone, sip some hot tea. I did get that done tonight. I love to add thieves to my tea, with a little bit of honey. Right now, thieves is like everything. It's supporting and
Yeast vitality and lemon vitality.
yeah, the vitality blend. So, you can take a relaxing bath. You can use some salts. Again, you can drop some lavender on there.
I already did.
Some vetiver. you know, diffuse, right? Like the way you would diffuse during the day, some of those common oils we talked about, those are great oils to diffuse at night. And then you can do like gentle things like, you know, if you're a yoga person, like just gentle, maybe like yin postures or gentle stretches. One of the things that I really, really love that I think is really going to be important right now for all of us is to do more meditation. And actually, what I'd like to do is we're going to put the link in here, but tomorrow we're going to offer another class where I'm going to lead Yoga Nidra. So Yoga Nidra is a guided meditation, which translates to yogic sleep or divine sleep. And it's done in Shavasana. So we lay down, it's like, there's no movement involved. And I just, you know, I'll guide you through a deeply restorative, regenerative, oh my gosh, meditation for your brain and body. And it's been Yoga Nidra, for those of you that aren't aware of what it really is, there's actually been good research on it. It's shown to have super successful results for people who are highly stressed, people who have trouble with sleeping, so particularly for people with insomnia, like sleep disorders, and those who've experienced trauma. So it's just great for everybody right now. We're gonna do like a 20-minute meditation tomorrow night on Zoom at 8 o'clock if you want to join in again. So you know, and we'll obviously have an opportunity to add aromatherapy to it. So we'll grab some essential oils and hopefully, you know, you guys can just ease into a blissful night's rest. So
Thank you, Tierney. Absolutely. We will definitely get that link in there. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you,
All
Tierney,
right.
for guiding us through the aroma reset and and for like building up. I feel like we've got like this progression going. So if we've been doing the morning and the afternoon or late evening, by nighttime we should be in a really good place. So I'm gonna be like preaching to the choir on this one with that Mr. Sandman, because I'm gonna speak from experience that I'm having a difficult time getting to sleep. My mind tends to race, and I find that I worry for like a lot of things. I worry for everybody, and like it's just, you know, it just kind of sits here in this loop. So hopefully these these types of things like the aroma reset will kind of help us get out of that. But anyway, we've got some great products and oils here that if we use with religion, like religiously, they actually do work. And prior to this kind of lockdown situation, I've been using them, but I think I just need to like add a couple more things in. So we have basically, I'm going to start with the oils and then talk about a couple of the supplements that are like my go-tos. First of all, if so, let's just do the oils first. So Tranquil and Rutavala. So these are two roll-ons. We have a whole nice set of roll-ons. They're ready-made blends that you can just roll on to your body when you need to get a little chillaxing. And these are great for the adults and the kids. They help to calm the body and the mind, ease out the tension of the day, and help to promote restful sleep. Rutavala, I like to say this is like the elephant tranquilizer. That's my like equivalent of that. Like it really does knock me out. I'm just gonna say people will have it has a distinct little aroma. To me, it smells a little bit like stinky socks, but not a lot of people love it. I mean, that's just me. So all of our body, like we all have different scents.
There's some
And,
chocolate notes. There's some chocolate notes in that one.
chocolatey. I guess that's a little more it's grounding. And so the Rutavala, I will just tell you, my neighbor, I love this. It's a blend of lavender, valerian, and ruta. So I will never forget, she just told me that, you know, hey, Heather, you know what, this is the one. My husband and I were like wide awake in the middle of the night, like at 2 o'clock, our eyes were like, and it was just kind of like they were going through some stressful time. And she's like, my husband said, grab the Rutavala, and they put it on just like on their wrist and underneath their neck. And she's like, it just knocked us out. Like we were just sitting there for like, why are we so awake? But it's the one that I actually keep it next to my bed. And you can put it on before bed, but sometimes like when I get up in the night, I will put it back on and it will put me back to sleep. So it's like kind of my little pacifier for me. Now, Tranquil, it's a blend of lavender, cedarwood, and Roman chamomile. I find that Tranquil is more, I can use this throughout the day. For me, it doesn't put me to sleep. I actually like to put it on my muscles too, because I feel like it's very relaxing. So I'll put it, if I have tight traps or tight calves, lower back muscles, I use it for that purpose too. So not necessarily just for going to sleep. So as Tierney mentioned earlier, these oils are like adaptogens. So like they help balance the body. So if you need to be asleep, more sleep, it's going to help that way if you need a little bit more alertness. So that's why I'm not really scared to use lavender in the daytime, because it doesn't just like knock it out. It's going to do what the body needs. So those are those two. Another and Roman chamomile is actually in the Tranquil. Roman chamomile is fantastic. So everybody's heard of chamomile tea, right? So this is something that you can not only put this on, you can put it in the diffuser, or if you just want to grab it in your Tranquil, that's another way you can do that too. So it smells wonderful, and it helps to calm like the most crankiest of babies or children, relax the most uptight adults, minimizes feelings of worry, and helps stabilize our emotions that are kind of going through this roller coaster right now. So it's really, really worth stocking up if you don't have it. It might be one to put on your monthly Essential Rewards order. So there's that. And then on the final blend I want to talk to you about is Dreamcatcher. So Dreamcatcher, I find like literally it is to help catch these negative thoughts. Like sometimes like when we're in bed, like we sleep, who here, raise your hand, or if you find yourself having crazy wild dreams right now. Anybody besides, yeah. So we're trying to process things that are happening in the world. And so our mind's trying to catalog what's going on. So Dreamcatcher will help basically it helps to inspire, like it puts the thoughts in place is what I like to say. Some people like to use it in the daytime. I like to use it at night. So you play around. Like if you're using Dreamcatcher at night and you're finding like your dreams are like worse, then just back off and make it a daytime thing for you. So there's no right or no wrong with these. And I put it in the diffuser sometimes, and then sometimes I just rub it on. But I'm big into oils on the body, just because I want, not only do I want to smell it bedside or on the diffuser next to the bed, but I want them on me extra. So look, those are like my kind of go-to oils, and this is where I think I've been missing the boat lately, and I'm gonna implement this now. Sleep Essence. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this. This is one of Young Living's. It's an herbal supplement. So I have my glasses to see this. So this is formulated with lavender, melatonin, and vetiver. And so basically, it's got lavender, also tangerine and rue, and it's got the melatonin in there. So you can take one or two of these gel caps. You probably can't see what they look like, but I'm going to hold them up. They look like little vitamin E drops right here. And you take these 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Now, I will say give yourself a good 8 hours, because I take one of these and I start low and slow. I wouldn't recommend kind of going for two at once, but just know that you're going to want a nice, solid, good night's sleep. So this is, like I said, our sleep product that helps to support healthy sleep. And then this one is one that I am like a huge fan of. This is called ImmuPro. ImmuPro is kind of not on the agenda, but I'm just adding it in because I just kind of can't live without this one. And what this one is, it's these little chewable tablets, and they are, in essence, you can take one to two of these. I like to just take one, and you can chew them, but I just let them dissolve in the mouth. They kind of have a strawberry flavor to them. What I love about these, it has the melatonin, which helps you to regulate sleep. So if I travel and go to a different time zone, I take these with me whenever I travel on a trip elsewhere. But it also has like zinc, selenium, and copper, which are great immune supporting minerals that our bodies need. Like zinc is huge. If you guys are following all the immune support things, make sure you get that in some form. And then it also has the wolfberry, which is what our ninja red. It's really highly It supports the immune system as well as reishi mushroom powder and some other types of mushrooms and strawberries. So it's kind of got that strawberry flavor. And so, like I said, I just like one of this. And if you do want the kids to have it, I typically just kind of cut it in half. I mean, my kids are a little bit older now, so they could take their own, but if you just want to chop it in half, you can do that. So those are
That is a perfect combination for right now because it's helping with sleep and boosting the immune system at the same time.
So you got to kind of play with what works. Everybody's body's different. So you you just start with one and see how it works. But I know that tonight I'm going to see a bit better because I'm going to pull these out and play with these. So
Excellent.
Kim, you're going to talk to us about some other things you can
All right.
help settle
Yeah.
down at night.
So I'm wondering now why I have, okay. So thank you, Heather. Those were very helpful for us. And, if some of us are using them and still once you oil up and you find you're still having a hard time relaxing your mind and your thoughts are still racing and you just can't get to sleep, couple of other little things that I think are important would be journaling, practicing gratitude, and actually getting up. So let me explain. Journaling, definitely. You're not going to be like, if you're in the middle of the night and it's more than a couple of seconds and, maybe you've put your root of Allah on and you still haven't fallen back to sleep, if you keep a journal or something next to your bed so you can start to kind of like brain dump and everything that you're either concerned about or that's on your mind, literally just get it off, get it onto the paper. We say it's not going to document your life story here at 1 o'clock in the morning, but literally getting your thoughts out on paper really helps to get them out of your head. And just keep it there. Hopefully it will help put some of the brakes on those racing thoughts, right? As you jot them down. The other thing is gratitude. Instead of laying in bed thinking of all the things that could go wrong, force yourself to focus on the things that have gone right. When we start to think back over our day, like, Tierney was explaining before, as you're using the oils, your brain kind of goes there. If you really start working on things that, like, forcing your brain to find the things that you're grateful for or the things that are going well or that are good in your life, especially in the midst of our current situation, it really will help to help calm things down for yourself. So there is an oil called Gratitude, which I absolutely love. So you can always use that one. But again, I use my journal and like pretty much I start my morning that way with the gratitude, where I will immediately write down 5 things that I am grateful for in the moment or in my day. And it really helps so that when those negative thoughts come in, you can kind of like put the brakes on and say, cancel, delete, like we do on the computer, and rewire it and start to think, a little bit more positively. Again, in this situation with all of us, being home, there's more family time. There's more, look at, the pollution in our world is lessening because of this situation. So, there are definitely things that you can tap into. And that really helps. But if you have the oil, it does, you can place it on your wrists, inhale, and it can help kind of set that tone. So I know when I smell this, it immediately brings me back to that place where I know I need to really be in that place of gratitude. The last one is, this may again sound counterintuitive, but is to get up. So if you're tossing and turning, usually beyond like 5, even 10 minutes, that's pretty long. Getting up and going to a different room, physically not looking at your phone or any kind of electronics, or turning the TV on or your computer, literally just getting up, moving, and maybe reading a book, reading a magazine, something that's like paper, not electronic, because again, that blue light from electronics, it's going to stimulate your brain, and that also makes it difficult to wind down. But again, just getting up, finding a simple mundane task to accomplish, or grabbing another essential oil, going to get a sip of water, sipping water right before you go to sleep also helps again, and I know they keep telling us to keep drinking throughout this whole pandemic. It's really important to hydrate always. So going down and getting, a cup of water with, putting a drop of your, lemon vitality in it will really help. And then, some people even use like adult coloring books, I even had one of those like watercolor little Zen watercolor little things from, I think I got it from, the bookstore or something. It's amazing. Or the sand, there's a whole bunch of little, kind of calming little gadgets that you can use. But again, just something for yourself that doesn't take a lot of thought and will help get you geared back and your mind, calm down and ready for sleep. One of the things I don't know if it was Heather or Tierney when you mentioned putting the oils in your, like in an Epsom salt bath, adding the oils to the salt and then I think that for me is an amazing way to wind down the evening, kind of again signaling to your body, just like we do it with the kids, right? Our babies and the kids. It's like it kind of will signal the body to relax and calm down. And putting the diffuser on and then applying the oils when I get out of the bath, it kind of like my body is then ready. You not on your phone, not having a lot of stimuli. It really does help if you kind of do continue that self-care for yourself right up until the end. Not sure if many of you have heard of Mel Robbins. I know she now has, I think, or had a TV show, but she wrote a book called The 5-Second Rule. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. I will put the link in here as well. It's a counting back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then doing something for when a lot of time for dealing with anxiety and stress and fears that maybe really hold us back in life. So even something in like that book, I feel really can benefit people in has a lot of good information in there, and that technique is really helpful even in situations like this, like where, okay, there goes my mind is starting to spiral down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm putting my phone away, I'm turning it off, I'm gonna plug it in another room, don't have it near you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're about to say something to someone that might start an argument, or now that you have a full house, maybe you're all trying to learn how to manage working together, and the house may be there's more dishes in the sink, or there's things to pick up, and all those things could kind of get you like going throughout the day, kind of using that little technique to kind of calm down before you say something, take a breath, very helpful. So I will definitely put that that in there at the end. Okay, Heather.
Yep.
All right, we have.
Awesome.
Okay. So
right.
this year, yeah, we don't have that bundle. Okay.
So I think pretty much everybody here on the call is a member. However, if there's someone by chance is not yet, or if you are thinking, you gotta have somebody in your life who would really benefit from Young Living, we're just going to go over quickly how to order. So there's basically 2 ways to order Young Living products. One option, the first option, is to be a retail customer. This is, you can just buy things straight off the bat. You don't get a breakdown in the pricing. So you're going to spend more this way. It's not my personal recommendation. The better way, the best way, in our opinion, in my opinion, is to order as a wholesale member, which most of us here are, which allows us to get 24% off on our products. And it also allows us exclusive membership perks such as our Essential Rewards loyalty program. So as option number one, like if you are wanting to do that, like there's a, back to the the membership, there's a basic starter kit as little as $35. So if you want to like pick and choose a few different things, you can get a basic starter kit for $35, and then you start then you're a wholesale member and you can add on whatever it is you want. The other option would be to pick one of the starter collections, which would be the oils, which actually would give you the valley, the frankincense, the lavender, and the stress away, like all the things we've been talking about tonight. Plus, it's a total of 12 oils, a diffuser, and a sample of Ninja and things like that. That's like the biggest value right there. Other than that, there's a theme starter kit, which is amazing, especially this time of our lives, and Ninja Red, which is great for the immune support. So those are your ways for ordering. Now, the great part is so once you get you become a member, you have a kit, whichever it was. That's just the starter kit. But in order to continue taking more steps toward your healthier sleep habits, your wellness journey, and ongoing your body's needs, you really want to just invest in your health on a daily, weekly, monthly, annually basis. And the way to do that is through committing to your health. So this is what comes in as our Essential Rewards program, where this comes in. This allows us to get a number of perks. One, you start getting points back on your purchases, kind of like cold cash. You get loyalty gifts on months 3, 6, 9, and on your anniversary date of your Essential Rewards, you get free gifts. It's amazing. So it's really the most cost-effective way to go about doing it. And if you do it right away, you kind of get extra points back when you make when you sign up for Essential Rewards. Right, sign up. It's the best way to do it. You get $10 back on top of that. So you can start ordering as you're eligible to order at 50 PV, which is wholesale dollars each month. That's the minimum. I personally recommend doing 100 PV for a couple reasons. One, you're going to be able to start trying more of the products, the personal care, which we didn't really talk about, and start swapping out the products in your home that you might be thinking about switching out, like safer products for your kids, for yourself, for the pets even. And then once you're starting to order at the 100 PV level, should you start sharing with friends and family, you actually could get a little thank you check from Young Living, which is great because we want to see you guys getting your products paid for or offset at least, which is exciting. So every time, so the ER Essential Rewards, which is the loyalty programs, kind of like our wellness box, it comes once a month, so you kind of want to plan. So we know we always plan our trips to Costco, we plan the grocery store, we plan this. So you kind of like, I keep a running list of things that I want or I'm running low on each month, and I keep a list, and so I put it on there. And then basically everything I order that way, you start accumulating points up to 25% back. It's really, really lucrative. Since I've been in Young Living, I did the math like several years ago. I had earned $7,000 worth of free stuff just by being on Essential Rewards, which now it's probably like 10,000. It's actually no joke. Like, so I don't know any credit card loyalty program that pays you to shop like at 25% back. So like it's like kind of a no-brainer. And then you can also shop on a one-time, like a quick order throughout the month. If there's a sale for something, or if you just run out of something, you can also order that way. And then beyond the Essential Rewards, if you're on Essential Rewards, you definitely want to consider the YL Go or YL Go Plus program, and that's on the next slide. Thank you. So this is like almost like Young Living and the Amazon Prime has combined together. So it's a prepaid shipping program. It's kind of like free shipping because you get credits. So you pay in advance, and it really reduces it. Cost average lowers your shipping to like it's almost negligible. So it's like a no-brainer. So if you're ordering on Essential Rewards, you want to go ahead and do this. There's 2 levels of it, a while ago, and that's just giving you 12 shipments per month per year. And then if you do the Go Plus, it'll also give you these 24 extra one-time orders. I do the Wild Go Plus because it's just inevitably I'm forgetting something and like I'm running out of supplements left and right. So I'll just like quick order it, and it feels really good to not have to think about, oh, I paid, whatever for shipping. And I am a numbers geek, and I did the math on it, and it hands down you're saving money over and over doing either Wild Go or Wild Go Plus. So those are something to consider. And if you have questions about that, feel free to contact like the person who invited you to this call. We can stick around for some like questions at the end if you guys want. I know it's like we hit the 9 o'clock mark.
And I just wanted to also let you know that if any of the oils that we, talked about tonight, if you don't have all the oils, but you don't feel like you have to run out and go order all of them and try and do all this, like all the things that we talked about tonight, if you already have some of the oils, then, or one of them, use that, do that. And, or pick just one or two of the tips maybe that we shared and start, implementing it for yourself. See, the experience with the oils varies from person to person. So it's really important to like use your oils for at least 5 days to see if they're working for you. I don't know why 5 is the magic number, but like for a week, you really have to give it a good shot. Many times it will work instantly, or it could just take a little bit of time, but your body may need to clear out sometimes of things when you're using them. So we call that kind of like a little detox sometimes. Some people may say like, oh, I smell that and I get a headache. It may be the body like trying to clear out, before it's actually ready. But just be consistent and open to experimenting. That's the magic combo, I would say, in all of this. And when you're ready to get your oils and your diffuser, again, like Heather had said, just get with the person that invited you to this, call tonight. And they will be able to help you, absolutely. Heather, are we able to, I can unshare and we can open it up just to some live question and answer?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that right now. Here we go. And I think I can see, can everybody see each other? Yeah. All right. Excellent. There we go. So I don't know if I had mentioned this, but I do have, how can we do this? Either email. I have an actual like printout, but I can text it. We can either text or email. What's the best way, Heather? So like if you are like me and you're a visual person and you need something written down, maybe you took your notes, but you want something to kind of like remember. I kind of like to like tape this stuff up on the inside of my vanity mirror so that, I know what I'm using. But it has the morning Great Day protocol that I spoke about. It has the oils for the mid-afternoon slump, the tips for the evening downtime, and the Mr. Sandman, supplements and oils that we spoke about. Kind of like an outline cheat sheet for what we did tonight. Okay. So, do I have to unmute everyone, Heather?
I don't
think so. Yeah, if you can.
hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Heather. Ooh. There we go.
Kim, if you could email that, I think that would be better so we could print it.
Email?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's better.
I can text it even to you if you wanted to have me to text it to you.
Well, if you want it emailed, put your email in the chat thread.
Okay.
That will help. Okay.
Where'd the chat go?
At the bottom, you have to pull it back up.
Oh wait, Heather, this is your screen, right?
I'm gonna stop sharing. Hold on.
Okay. There we go. Chat is here at the bottom, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I hope you guys found this information helpful tonight. So let's dig in. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Oh wow. Okay. Okay, does anybody want to start? While I start looking through, I'm going to look through the chat and try and pick out, you know, a couple of questions to answer. But if there's someone who wants to put something up there, I do have to mute. If you have noise in your background, if you could just mute yourself. Like if you have a TV or something going on. Okay. Okay. Tony, how are we doing?
We're good.
Okay, Valor on the wrist. All right.
Just the
Right.
one thing though, I thought that the while ago, from what I understood, was 13. The $59 annual subscription, I thought it included 13 orders, but the graphic says 12. So I was just trying to find it to confirm because I remember 13.
I
So
think
I'll have to get back.
yeah, you know what? We do, because I think initially when the program first came out, that was a perk, but I think it is 12
Okay.
now. But that will be good to double. We do need to we
Double
can
check.
definitely confirm that. Love the
I
smell.
was gonna just share a little something that happened tonight based on Tierney when you were talking about how the kids respond to oils, right?
Mhm.
So I had my grandson here, and he fell and hit his little bottom, and he was crying, and he literally, I swear to you, the kid grabbed the piece in calming, you know, his little, opens it up, sat there, he was crying, and he breathed it in like an adult would, about 6 times, and he looked at me and he goes, Mimi, I'm better now, and he handed it back to me. It was like,
Oh,
you know,
little.
it just blows my mind. As much as I 100% believe all this stuff and I love all this stuff, it's like when those things happen even to me, who's been using them for 14 years, it just blows me away.
Yeah,
You know,
amazing.
I just wanted to share that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Right.
Dana, you also you have an ImmuPro.
I do. Yes. So I've been, you know, because of the, you know, the world's gone crazy and everybody's afraid of viruses. So we kind of stocked up on a lot of the immune support supplements. And ImmuPro is one of them that I haven't had for a while. I kind of forgot about it. And I was like, you know, let me get it back. And so not only, and before I was the only one that took it, but now I'm giving it to my husband and my son and my daughter. And they're like, this stuff is knocking me out. They're like, you know, they're saying like, I've never slept so good. My husband, you know, he just actually went to bed. I sent him to bed before I got on here, and he's like, he looked in the bottle, and there's probably at least, you know, half a bottle in there. And he goes, you better order more. He's like afraid we're going to run out. I'm like, okay, relax, we'll get more. So yeah, big fans of ImmunePro.
Yeah. Just make sure that you brush your teeth, because because it's a chewable and I
Yes.
wear like a night guard. I have to really make sure that I brush my teeth before I put my night guard in, because it gets stuck in your teeth.
I know. I'm going to try what Heather said, letting it dissolve a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
I
That's
don't
great
chew it.
tip, Heather. Thank you.
I mean, I always brush my
Crevices.
teeth like that, so I do.
Exactly. So, Tony, you did an excellent job with the chat thread. Thank you so much. And I see I've got some emails in here. I'm not actually seeing any specific questions. Am I just missing it?
No.
Okay, that's great. But if you know,
Can you drop the link for tomorrow night's class in here or no?
yes, can you do that?
Oh yeah, I can do it.
It's a Zoom call, right? Oh, something I don't know if I mentioned when we were talking about meditation. I'm fairly new to the meditation. I've tried multiple, you know, apps and, you know, different techniques throughout the years. I do yoga, and I've tried, but I kind of I haven't ever followed something consistently or created it as part of my daily routine. And I just recently completed a 21-day meditation, Deepak Chopra. It was amazing. And did it as a group. And I think that was the key for me. We had like the group accountability on a daily basis. And there was also not only the meditations, but there was like homework that you had to do, or daily tasks. And for me, I think that was the key in getting me to kind of incorporate this as a habit for myself. And right now they're offering another free 21-day meditation Actually, it started today, and I can put that link up in here too. It's Deepak and Oprah for, you know, our world situation of what's going on with people feeling anxious and all. It's amazing. His voice, I don't know how many of you know Deepak or have
I don't
listened
know.
to him, or
I
I don't
know
know.
him.
not know him, know
Years
of
ago.
his. You never know, you might know him.
I've met him a couple times.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
2 of his seminars, I met him. Mhm.
But his voice is amazing. I literally could listen to his voice. Like, I think that was the key too with all these meditations. Although one yoga instructor that a friend of mine in Maryland had gone to, she created her own like audio meditations, and she has like a 10-minute. She has a yoga nidra one, like you're going to be doing tomorrow night, Tierney, and she also has a 10-minute deep sleep one, and I love that one. I put that one on, and of course in the beginning I had to kind of like repeat 10-minute, repeat again, you know, and and then after a while it was like I probably fell asleep within 3 minutes of it being on, you know, because my body was so attuned to it. So I like to use that one at night, and now I've been using Detox in the morning to kind of start my day. So it's really been amazing. And I think if I didn't have my oils and this meditation practice, I don't know if I, you know, I think it's really helped me kind of navigate our present situation from a place of more groundedness than I think I normally would have. I don't know if anybody else is feeling that.
Well, I told my son about the yoga nidra that we're going to do tomorrow, and he's like, "I'll do it with you."
Yeah, I think a
No,
lot
I
of
think
people are
that's a
open.
22-year-old. That's, you know, so I'm like, I think everybody's saying I need a little something.
I mean, how many people I have, you know, 2 college age kids. I have one senior that, you know, it can't graduate at this, you know, graduation was canceled. You know, school is canceled. You know, their classes are online. They've had to move home early. Like it's, you know, it's a lot of disruption for everyone, you know, at all ages. Even my sisters with the, you know, my nephews are, you know, used to going to preschool and having some kind of daily, you know, routine that's familiar. You know, it without that it's there's disharmony, you know, so there's acting out, or you know, again, it's like with all of us. So as much as you can create you know, a routine that in some kind of normalcy in your life at this point, the better.
And
And that,
the new norm is what's, I think, frightens people, but yet it's like, you know, we don't know how long, you don't know the situation, just make the best of it, you know, just embrace the day. You know,
exactly.
we have to figure it out.
And remember the self-care. It's so important. Like these little tools that we gave you tonight, this is self-care. Start your morning, you know, and literally being mindful of it throughout the day to use them. You have these tools right here at your fingertips, you know, which is really great. Okay. Were you
Can
able to
I just say that the stress management that Young Living offers us is just so huge, because when we're stressed out and in like a more fight or flight panic mode, then our immune system is compromised and it gets lowered. So when we laugh, when we find a way to laugh, like watch something funny, a funny video or a funny movie, that's going to bring our immune system up. Like we mentioned earlier, like you want to keep your vibration higher.
You know
Protect
what?
yourself.
That's excellent, Tony. And you know, you just brought up a point. You know, physically, like we talk about like using the oils. I think Heather was mentioning it. Like if you're using an oil, like I think you were saying something about your traps being tight, right? If that's tight like that physically, and you're trying to sleep at night, or you're trying to relax, you know, and you know, calm your mind, and but you're tight here, how, you know, it's fighting against, you know, it's like you're fighting against each other. If you apply those oils that help relax your muscles, or you know, help, you know, if you are, you know, dealing with some pain, which, you know, I can attest to that the last few days over the weekend. Now that everything is being live streamed, I was live streaming my yoga from home. Maybe I didn't stretch enough, or I was moving my husband's weights out of the way and I tweaked something. I tweaked something in my back and my ribs where it was hurting to breathe. Like I couldn't move. I took my Epsom salt bath. I was using my oils. I was doing everything that I could, but I was in a lot of pain. And we also have these, I do not use any, for the last 15 years, I don't use pharmaceuticals. I will always go to my plant oils. And there is a recipe that I almost forgot about because I really haven't had to use it in a very long time. We call it the magic bullet. And let's see. Okay. If you haven't yet started to use your oils internally, it's like, don't be scared. It's amazing. So how we were talking tonight, you can add it to your teas. We can cook with it. But another way is to take it in a gel cap. So I made my magic bullet recipe is Idaho balsam fir, or you can use the new grand fir, copaiba, and frankincense. And this is just a veggie cap. I don't know if you can see it. Where am I putting this? Right? Veggie cap. And I add 5 drops of each oil. Use the V6 that Heather, the V6 oil, or you can use olive oil or coconut oil, whatever, and take that in a capsule. It was amazing. It's like, that's what I would take because I don't have any of that other over-the-counter kind of, muscle relaxing and, those types of
5
things.
drops of copaiba, frankincense, and Idaho balsam fir.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm putting that in the chat. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Those are, which is now, grand fir. So this is still in the older bottle, but I think, did we get that for free last month? The
What?
grand fir, I think.
Grand fir? No.
Yeah.
No,
Somehow.
that just came back. That was like gone for a long time.
We
Yeah,
got
why did I
peppermint.
get it? I have it. It might have been again, we get so many perks, through our essential rewards or the packages, the bundles that Young Green will put together. So I was able to get that one. But again, that is amazing. So that's another whole even topic about how we use the oils on our physical body, or thing, I should say, what's going on with us emotionally, how it's affecting and manifesting in our physical body, how we can, using the oils in the way we spoke tonight really can help with a lot of the physical stuff too. I don't know if anybody else has anything to add to that.
I did that same recipe for my mom. This was a couple of years ago, which is, like you said, we haven't probably needed to use it, but she fell and we didn't know she broke her wrist. But I didn't have any Advil in the house. She wanted me to give her Advil. I'm like, I don't have any, so I made the pill for her. She slept through the night. She got the next day, she went, and her wrist was actually broken, and she slept through the night with a broken wrist. So,
Wow.
you know, definitely did way more than Advil would have.
Yeah. Okay, so on that note, my friends, I just realized we are way over time.
Oh, see, it doesn't run out on us. We run over.
But I hope that this information was helpful, and please reach out to us. Let us know what you want to hear, because this is our new norm. We're going to be, offering. I think, this is how we're going to be offering our information in our classes and ways to, access each other. At least now for quite a while. So if there's a topic or something you would like us to address, let us know.
Or also too, if anybody has anybody who is brand new and doesn't know anything, and you want to have them, invite them into a thing here, and we can just go over the basic kit. We can talk over, about each oil as if we were doing like a beginner class. We could do that right here, since we can't come into people's homes right now.
Right.
Even if they're not a member yet, they're just interested,
Right.
tap into our network here.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Or even people who want to know the income earning opportunity, like even just, people think like, oh, I'm not doing this as a business. Well, you don't necessarily need to, do it as a business. As a wholesale member, you have a number and you can just share referring, you know, your number out, just like you would share any other, a good restaurant, a good, you know, a good store to find TP at, you know, like anything you would
Thank you,
share
Jeff.
with you know, somebody that you know you can help with what you have. So you can just be that casual share. You don't have to like decide that you know, you want to build a big business. And Young Living still gives you a thank you for that, a referral thank you, which is important. Who couldn't use a little extra right now, a little extra support, right? So okay, well, I think that just about wraps it up. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I can't actually see how many people are on the call this evening, but I think
A couple people dropped off, but you
It
know,
It was like 15, I think, up at
Yeah, it
one
was
point, yeah.
about double this before.
yeah. All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
stay
Thank you for
healthy and
everything.
stay
I
home.
learned every time.
all
Thank you.
right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, thanks.
Bye. Thanks.